Hey, what's up you guys? I hope you're doing super well. I wanted to show you how to make this cool sunflower clock. So I got the original clock from Walmart and it was super cheap, like $4 or something. And the fake sunflower I got from Hobby Lobby, I'm pretty sure. It was on sale, so it was also pretty cheap. So I just started off by taking it out of the box, and as long as you have a little tiny screwdriver, it should come out pretty easily. So what I'm doing right now is peeling off the sticker on the front. I got out a heat gun to try to peel it off easier. I figured it would loosen up the adhesive. So I ran that on it for a while and didn't do much, as you can see. So I just grabbed a pair of pliers, trusty old pliers, made some cuts in the side of the frame of the clock, and started to just peel it back. And that seemed to work. Got off the sticker and the back part. So that was pretty much my process for taking this whole clock apart. You want to be careful when peeling back this plastic, because you could end up bending the watch hand like I just did here. They bend super easily, but you can bend them back into place. So I just kept cutting around the plastic and doing my best to avoid the clock hands, as well as avoiding the back where the battery goes in. And at this point I was just able to peel off the rest of the paper, and I was stuck with just one more chunk of plastic. You can see it's pretty loose already, so I just cut a slit on one of the sides, and on the other side as well I cut another little slit, making sure to avoid the backing. We're looking pretty good. I got a paint marker, and I decided to color the hands of the clock so that they would contrast better with the black background of the sunflower. And while I let that dry, I got my sunflower prepared by cutting off the stem. It was super hard to cut off actually, even with the pliers, but eventually I was able to peel it all out. That way it would rest flush against the wall. Next thing you need to do is trace the backing of the clock face. Black markers seem to work best for me. And it's kind of hard to see here, but it's enough to get the job done. I can cut around all the edges of that square I traced out. And I was able to pry it out. And as you can see, the inside is just styrofoam. So I started peeling off all that styrofoam because I wanted to use the square I just cut out to cover up part of the clock face. That way it all blends in even more. It was still pretty tight. The clock didn't want to sit in the sunflower, so I just cleared out a little bit more using a pair of scissors. And we're looking pretty good, but I figured I should probably check to make sure the clock still works. Luckily for me it did. So it's resting in a lot better now. So I just took it out and measured the front of the sunflower against the clock. I needed to have enough space to fit underneath the clock hands. I had to peel off a lot more of the styrofoam. Then I cut a slit in the side with a little hole in the middle. We're looking pretty good. It looked like the hands were still going to be able to move around. And last thing I thought about doing before gluing it all in was just cutting a slit in the back. I wanted to be able to replace the batteries when they run out and also change the time. Pliers worked best for this. It's not very pretty, but no one's gonna see it anyway. So I put the clock into the sunflower and got out the trusty old hot glue gun and slid the square I cut out back onto the sunflower and glued it on. The seam was pretty visible all the way around, so I kept pressing it down and trying to seal it all up. But when it all dried, you could still see a bunch of hot glue. So I just grabbed this black paint marker and covered it up a little bit. And I had this tube of yellow paint, and I thought it would look a little better if I just dabbed on a little bit. And it kind of worked. And then I put it in the battery, and it was working pretty well. I was able to change the time as well. And because I live in an apartment, I'd use these command strips. And I hung it up, and there we go. That's how you make your clock. Thanks for watching.